Welcome back to Aging is for Everyone. We're talking all about North Tonawanda today. We've been talking about a couple great places to visit, and I have two of our guests back. First, we have John Long from the North Tonawanda Farmers Market. Thanks for being back, John.
Thank you.
Katie Loveless from the Herschel Carousel Factory Museum. We're just wrapping up with some of the other questions we didn't get to on our first couple segments. John, you mentioned that you have some wine that people can get at the farmers market. That's a little unusual for a farmers market.
Well, a lot of the farmers markets have wine. We have winery. We have Chateau Buffalo that comes in, and they're out of Buffalo.
Right.
And we also have a few other wineries that come in once in a while from the Niagara Escarpment.
Okay, so we've got some
from the Niagara Wine Trail, and so it's something else that you can buy there.
Right, that's great. That's great. And you mentioned too that you've got, in addition to all of course, the fresh produce or other produce that's coming in throughout the year, you also have food vendors there. So if somebody's hungry and they happen to, you're not going to just maybe start chomping on some broccoli, but they can get some breakfast.
Yes, we have. Well, we have 3 or 4 people that make breakfast sandwiches. We have a hot dog vendor. We have the Amish that make sandwiches. We have once in a while we have food trucks there,
right,
which is unique. We also have a Chinese group they have a restaurant in Buffalo. They come down every Saturday, and they have Chinese food there.
Good.
And we have others that sell baked goods and cookies and things like that you can have. We also have, as I mentioned before, coffee, and and then during the summertime we have a person that has the ices, the frozen ice.
Okay.
So, and ice cream. So.
Well, you've got coffee. I've heard you also have some pretty good donuts down there.
Yes, we do. Somebody makes donuts right there on the spot, homemade donuts right there.
Yeah.
Kind of like Krispy Kreme, but a little bit different.
A little bit different, yeah. Somebody had mentioned to us that there's some people that are addicted to those donuts, so it might be worth it just to go and check those out.
Sure.
That's great. That's great. So there's obviously a lot of the great things to head down to the market for. And you mentioned, can you just mention again the dates and the dates that you're open?
Sure.
The days?
The market's open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. And once we get into the winter time, it is open on Tuesday and Thursday, but Saturday we have about 20 vendors there with assorted goods like cheeses, sausage, soups, dog cookies, apple farmers, bakeries, things like that. And some crafters. Things that you wouldn't expect at a farmer's market, but they,
right,
they're there year round,
right,
with a couple farmers.
Great.
And we also have wholesalers that come in that, they buy things, but they sell them fairly cheap.
Right, great.
So they make up for when the farmers aren't there.
So year round, you've got great stuff going on.
Yes.
Great. And now, Katie, we didn't get a chance to talk about some of your programming that you have coming up. You have a lot of great tours and other things for people to do. Why don't you tell us about some of the things that you have going on at the Herschel Factory?
Well, we try and be like them year-round. So we actually do in the winter too. We are closed for the public January through March, but even then and throughout the rest of the year, we do a lot of programming. Coming up in the fall and kind of end of the year, we have a lot of kids programming. We do a Halloween event. It's a non-scary Halloween event because we attract a lot of really younger kids, and
right,
we want them to have fun in their costumes, not be scared. So we do that. In November, we're actually doing a new program, a Family Day, where we're going to look at wood, basically the history of wood, the science of wood. We'll do kind of tree ring counting activities, do some art activities involving wood and leaves, look at a little bit of the history of North Tonawanda as the lumber city. And then, of course, once we get into like Thanksgiving and Christmas, we do a Santa on the Carousel program every Saturday, the first 4 Saturdays of December. And basically Santa comes and he rides the carousel until he can't ride anymore. You can have lunch with Santa early. And then, throughout the year, we also do programs for adults. We do a lecture series. We have one more coming up in October. October 24th, we have someone from the Western New York Library Resources Council that's going to talk about how to preserve family papers, really, because we have a nice archival collection. It includes some of Alan Herschel's family papers. So she's going to be talking about, what people can do within their own family to kind of help leave a better historical record. In November, we do a Victorian ornament workshop for adults. Herschel was manufacturing carousels in the late Victorian period. It's an interesting part of American history, so we do a hands-on workshop where you learn a little bit about the holiday traditions of the Victorians, and then we kind of take you through making your own Victorian-inspired ornament. And we have guided tours the first Wednesday, third Saturday of the month through November. I mean, if you go to our website, there is literally something every month for all ages. We just want to be able to reach as many people as possible.
It sounds like you have a lot of great stuff, and like you said, it's a broad amount of stuff. So there's something for young kids. There's something.
Yeah.
I love the idea about the archival, preserving your family memories, because that's very important. And it seems like you end up with this big box of photos and stuff, and you don't know what to do with it.
And we've done one on photos, and I mean we do a lot of programs that are very carousel specific. But I think some people think well, I don't need to know more about a carousel, but we do programs on just general historic preservation. We've had the Director of Preservation Buffalo Niagara in to talk about preserving industrial buildings. That's a big challenge for Buffalo. So there's really a lot of topics that the Herschel companies were touching on just by virtue of being around for 60 years in the town. So.
Right. Well, I want to thank you for being with us, Katie and John, for talking about the North Tonawanda Farmers Market and the Herschel Factory Carousel Museum. A lot of great information. So hopefully some folks will head out to North Tonawanda.
We'd love to see you.
Thank you all for being with us. We will see you next month for more Aging is for Everyone.